Hi everyone, it's Ayush here, and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to share today's video, which is on the topic of how you can work with different kind of worksheet properties in MS Excel using VBA. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video. So let us first understand what exactly is a sheet. So a sheet is simply, as you can see here, we are having one sheet inside a workbook. So a workbook can contain a lot of sheets. So we are having a sheet one in default whenever we just create a new Excel project. When we get a sheet one, means only one sheet with the default name of sheet one. So we can just create, we can just change the color of the sheet, we can change different kind of properties of that sheet. Even we can delete that sheet by using VBA. So how we can do that? So the first and the most basic thing that you can do is by adding one new sheet. So for adding one new sheet, what you need to do, you need to simply write here sheets dot add. When you say sheets dot add, it's going to add one new sheet to your project, or you can say your workbook. And what is going to be the name of that sheet? So in default, suppose if there is sheet one, so in default the name of the sheet is going to be sheet two. And if there is an existing sheet two worksheet and you create one more, then it is going to just create one sheet and it's going to give it a name of sheet three. So if I just save this much of code here and I click on this run button, what will happen? It will just create one sheet. Okay, so I think I just created sheet 2 earlier. So right now it's saying sheet 3. If I just run it again, it's going to create sheet 4. And if I just run it again, it's going to create sheet 5. So this is the way you can just create multiple sheets by using the sheets.add. Next is how you can give a name. So suppose if I'm just creating one worksheet and I want to give it a name of my worksheet, then what I can do is I can simply write here fields.add.name equal to, means first we are just adding that worksheet and then we are setting its name to, let's say, my worksheet. After doing that, let me just press enter. Let me just save my code. Let me just click on this. Now if I just click on this, it's going to create one new sheet and the name of the sheet is going to be my worksheet. So let's click on this run button. Now you can see my worksheet named sheet is being created for us. Now let's discuss about that how we can just access any kind of sheet. So for accessing any kind of sheet, what you need to do, you need to simply write here sheets. Sheets is a object inside which our all the properties exist. So inside the sheet, our sheets like sheet 5, sheet 4, sheet 3, sheet 2, sheet 1, as well as my worksheet. All these sheets are being placed inside this sheets object. This is a head of all these sheets, or you can say totally it's like a handler of all the sheets which are being created inside the workbook worksheet. So we can just access different kind of sheets that we have just created by using this sheets object. So for accessing them, we need to simply write here sheets and then we need to give parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, either we can give the index of the sheet that we just created, or again we can even give the name of the sheet that we just created. So right now let me give you the most basic one. So just write here sheets, and then in parenthesis, then you need to give double quotes. Inside the double quotes, you need to pass the name of the sheet that you want to access. So let's give it like my worksheet. Let me just close the parenthesis. And for just checking that is it in actual selecting my worksheet sheet or not, for doing that what you can do, you can simply write here msg, not like that. Let me write here msg, means we are going to just create one message box, and the message box we need to pass some data. So we are going to just select our sheet and we are going to just give the prompt which is going to contain the sheet's name. So let's give the sheet name here my worksheet dot name. When we say sheets my worksheet dot name, it's going to return my worksheet because the name of the sheet is my worksheet. And then we are going to just pass it into a message box and we are going to display that. So let's click on this run button. Now you can see here's a message box containing the data my worksheet, means the name of the worksheet that we just created. Nice. Now let's move on to the next topic. It is how we can just edit the tab color of a sheet. Now how we can just change the tab color of a particular sheet. For doing that, what you need to do, you need to go to your VBA code editor, and at this point you need to just select your sheet of which you want to just change the tab color. So let's select the sheet, my worksheets, or you can say sheet 5 as well. So this time I'm going to just select the sheet 5. Let us go here and say sheet 5. Now when I say sheet 5, it's going to just select the sheet 5 worksheet. After that, you need to simply write here dot tab, wait a while, dot tab, dot color, equal to, you need to pass the color here. So let's pass the color here, like sheet 5 dot tab dot color equal to VB yellow. Let's press enter. So you can see it just auto formatted the code. So sheets, inside the sheets I'm going to select sheet 5. Then dot tab means the tab of that sheet, because all of the sheets are in the form of tab, means the options of for accessing those sheets is in the form of tab. So we are saying sheets, sheet 5 for selecting that particular sheet. Dot tab means we are just selecting the tab of that sheet. Dot color means we are changing the color of that tab into yellow. So let's save this, and after you save this, I just click on this run button, and when I just click on this run button, you can see the color of that sheet 5 is changed into yellow. Similarly, you can just give it some other colors as well, like VB red. So if I give it VB red, save this code, click on this run button, now you can see the color is changed into VB red. So this is the way you can just change the background color of any kind of sheet in MS Excel by using VBA. Now, one more interesting topic is that suppose if you are just creating any new worksheet and you want to just create that worksheet after a particular worksheet or before the particular worksheet, then how you can do that? So right now, if I just say here, let me just select that. Now, if I just say here sheets dot add, what it will do, it will just add one more sheet. If we just specify the name, it's going to give that name. Otherwise, it's going to give sheet 6 is the name because we have just created till the sheet 5. So it's going to give the name sheet 6 to the newly created sheet. Now if we want to just create that sheet and just place that sheet after the sheet 5 sheet, then what we can do, we need to simply say sheets dot add. So that you need to say after, and then you need to give here colon, means after some particular sheet. So you need to say here sheets dot add after colon equal to means we are saying to add this particular sheet that's going to be created after a particular sheet. So we are saying sheets dot add after colon equal to, then we need to give the reference of that sheet after which the new sheet is to be created. So let's give that sheet here, and let's give that sheet as sheet 5 because we want to just append the new sheet after the sheet 5. After we do that, let me just save this code, click on this run button, and what will happen, it will just create one new sheet, the sheet 2. Maybe there may be some reason, so sheet 2 is being created after the sheet 5 sheet, as you can see. Now suppose if I want to create one more, but this time I want to just create it before the sheet 5. So what I will do, I will simply replace the after with the word before. I'll just save the code, click on this run button, and let me just click on this run button. Now you can see the new sheet 6 is being created before the sheet 5 cell. So this is a way you can just add, or you can just add new sheets after or before a particular sheet. Now let us see that how we can just activate a particular sheet by using the sheet reference. So for doing that, you need to simply first select your sheet. So let me just select my sheet here. Let's take the sheet 4 because it's also there in my sheets list. So we are going to select the sheet 4. Remember, you need to write here sheets. Then in parentheses, you need to pass the name of the sheet that you want to access. So after writing sheets, in bracket sheet 4, we're going to close those brackets, and we are going to say activate. After you say sheets, inside the sheets you just pass the name of the sheet 4 dot activate, then it's going to just activate that particular sheet. I just press enter, save this code, click on this run button, and what will happen, it will just open the sheet 4. Now when I just run, you can see that the sheet 4 sheet is being opened. Now you may ask that only the sheet 4 is opened, what about the data inside? So let me just go to the sheet 4 and write here sheet. Let me write here, this is sheet 4, and I will just go back to the sheet 5, and I will just say as this is sheet 5. Now why I just did that, because when I'm in the sheet 5, I want to just say that this is sheet 5, means I'm in the sheet 5 cell, means in the sheet 5 sheet. Now, when I just transfer myself from the sheet 5 to the sheet 4, it will just display the data inside the sheet 4 at this workspace that this is the sheet 4. So I will go back to the sheet 5, and when I just run this, it's going to just go to the sheet 4 and it's going to display the data. This is sheet 4 in the workspace. Now you can see this is sheet 4 because it just opened the sheet 4 sheet. So this is the reason the data is changed. So this is how you can just activate any cell by using this by using the sheet reference. This is how you can just activate any kind of sheet. So now let's discuss about how we can just delete a particular cell, particular sheet by selecting that particular sheet. For doing that, you need to simply write here. Let me just select this code editor, and then you need to write here sheets. Inside the sheets, you need to pass the parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, give the name. So just take an example. If I want to just delete the sheet 2, so what I can do, I can just simply write here sheet 2, and you need to just pass the exact name. Remember this thing, that you need to pass the exact name, means the capital S and the sheet 2, means in the sheets I want to just access the sheet 2. I will just delete that by using the sheet 2 dot delete. That's it. Let's save this. Let's click on this run button, and when I just click on this run button, I will just see one pop-up. The pop-up will say Microsoft Excel will permanently delete this sheet. Do you want to continue? If I just click on delete, it's going to delete the sheet 2, and now you can see sheet 2 is no more there in the workspace, in the workbook. So the sheet is being permanently deleted. So this is how you can just add a sheet. You can just change the tab color of the sheet. You can just delete a sheet. So I hope that you have just understood whatever I have just told up in this video. So yeah, that's all for today's video. Meet in the next video. Till then, see you.